I'm going to say hello again to everyone. Thank you so much for following me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Periscope, and also on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for following me. And remember to visit my websites, profesoraingles.com and oneenglishteacher.com. And after this introduction, let's get started. As you could already notice, I had been talking about job interviews. I've been giving tips and I've been helping you answer these questions. And also yesterday, I've been telling you what mistakes you should avoid at a job interview in English. So today, I have selected 5 questions that I find more difficult to answer, or they are just more interesting, and I will give you some tips. I'm not going to answer for you directly, but I'm going to give you some really helpful tips. And the first question, of course, is why should I hire you? This is really typical, and it's one of the first questions that they will ask you. And you must focus here on how to answer, not only what to say, but also how you say it. The interviewer will pay attention to your self-confidence, your body language, your preparation. So it's critical that you prepare beforehand, absolutely. And if I were you, I would memorize 3 to 4 good aspects about that fit the job requirement. So depending on the position, you should take into consideration some skills that you let's say some skills that may match this position. And for example, I would not be very direct, or I wouldn't focus on asking too many things, okay? Why should I hire you? Don't say things like, I need the money, or the location is closed, so it's really convenient for me. This is not about you. You are here at a job interview in front of a person who wants to know what you can do for them. It's not the other way around. And also, it just doesn't sound right. Also, be natural and don't start mentioning aspects, just like a robot. You have to practice a lot in order to sound more natural. Put yourself in front of a mirror and try to be comfortable, confident, and with high energy as well. Be careful, just take a look at your posture. Don't sit like this. It's very important also how you dress. It has to be something according to the job, of course, but usually I wouldn't wear too much makeup if I were a woman, and I would just dress according to the position, of course. And well, there are some similar questions, okay? So why should I hire you can also be asked in a different way. There are other questions like, why are you the best candidate for this job? Or why do you want this job? And what would you bring to the position? Is what I mentioned before. This is not about you. It's about them and what you can offer for them. And also remember, this is a word that I'm using from day 1, from last Thursday. You need to be concise. It's very important because the job interview doesn't take too long, and there are many questions that they want you to ask. So then you need to answer exactly what you're asked for. Okay? I want to remind you that even this video is through Periscope and it's live. You can watch it on YouTube this afternoon or tomorrow, because I always post my Periscopes on YouTube, and you can also find it on my website. So let's continue. I have selected another question that everyone wants to know how to answer. And I mentioned this question before, but let's do it again. So tell me about yourself. Many people think that it's about their hobbies, or they start telling the interviewer about their problems. They suddenly think that they are at the psychologist. Oh my God, don't do that, okay? So tell me about yourself. This is a question, and this is a moment where you can start talking about your best skills, and also about your studies and so on. And my suggestion is to put yourself in the shoes of the interviewer and imagine what he or she wants from you, what they expect from you, okay? Again, don't start giving a recitation of your CV or your resume. You should not start talking about your hobbies, like, I don't know, dancing, or I don't know, bingo, going to the disco, I don't know. I wouldn't mention that. This is not the moment to talk about your hobbies. Tell me about yourself. Again, it means why you're here, how can you help us, okay? So it's a golden opportunity for you to talk about your best qualifications, skills, etc. And again, you like this word, concise. Get to the point. Be concise and keep it short. Also include the most relevant experience. When I say the most relevant experience, this means that you need to mention an experience that fits this precise position, this job offer, and try not to mention too many aspects, and keep it short, keep it concise. Also, it's also a good time to share some information about your achievements and about your goals, okay? So another way to ask this question, it would be, what would you like me to know about you? Yeah? Or what should I know about you? Or even, can you just walk me through your background? Which is also, it's a bit more difficult for those of you who don't speak English fluently. But, well, this is why you need to prepare and listen or read different questions, because sometimes they're really similar and you can get confused. So as you have already noticed, I have given you some tips on how to answer, what to say, what not to say, and what not to do, preferably at a job interview, and also similar questions. I find it very, very interesting for you to know, because I'm sure that it's really useful to know that some questions can be asked in a different way. Another question. So, okay, this is also very, very typical. They will ask you, why are you interested working for our company, okay? So here you will need to make a research and focus on the job description to give an accurate answer. Okay, here you need to do your research. And again, this is not about you and what you want, it's what you can offer. They want to see that you're excited about this job, and that you have spent time researching and knowing more about the company. I'm going to give you a really good tip. Don't give a really general answer. Don't give an answer that could apply to any other company, because this shows that you haven't prepared at all. You haven't made your research. You haven't researched. So don't say something like, well, it's great and I'd love to work here. Okay, this is very general, and I don't recommend you to say something like this. Do your research and know more about the company, and write down the answer, rehearse several times. It's a very important answer. Actually, there are some similar questions. You could say, they could say, what do you know about us? Yeah. Or why are you interested in this position? Very similar, actually. So, well, I can see that you're very quiet. It's not a problem. I'll continue because I have 2 more questions. This next question is not difficult, but you might find some difficulty when you have to answer, because you want to select the information according to the position you apply, and also be careful not to give too much information. Be concise. So here you should be prepared to start talking about your top achievements and your accomplishments, which is the same. Accomplishments or achievements is the same. And also the responsibilities in your most relevant job, and focus on the most relevant aspects, right? What you shouldn't do is to try to describe absolutely everything that you do. I told you before, you need to be concise, so please don't do that. And what I would do is to define any unfamiliar terms if you think it can be confusing, right? Similar questions. Well, they could also ask you like this: what is the most recent or relevant experience? Or tell me about your experience. Usually, I would mention the most relevant experience, and then if they ask you to talk about, if they ask you for more information, you can give them more information, but usually they focus on the most recent or most relevant experience. And this is number 5. This is one of my favorite questions. Of course, you will not like it too much, I'm sure, but in some cases, they are starting to ask some strange questions. And as I told you in previous lessons, what they do is to test you a bit. They want to see, they're trying to provoke a bit and see your personality and the way you behave when you are asked something unusual. So this is one of my favorite questions, and it's if you could be any animal, which it would be, and most importantly, why? So if you could be an animal, which would it be and why? Of course, when you're asked something like this, you need to relax and to be creative, okay? It's a great moment to show off your creativity and inventiveness, and also respond spontaneously, right? Don't be afraid to have a little fun. And frankly, it doesn't really matter what animal you choose, but don't get too philosophical, okay? And also try not to pick animals with negative associations, like, I don't know, snakes or rats, chickens. Yeah, I wouldn't choose something like that. So today I wanted to help you answer these 5 questions. If you want to learn more, if you want to prepare for a job interview in English, you can contact me. You can visit my websites, profesoraingles.com or number one, englishteacher.com, and I will help you with that. Additionally, this week or next week, I'm going to launch a new and really valuable product. It's called Job Interview Questions in English, and it's a course designed for you. I designed it personally, and I recorded everything with my voice. You will have the transcription, and also you can listen to the answer and the tips for every question. And the material that I use today is part of the course, so I'm sure you're going to enjoy it really much. Apart from the tips, you will have an example for every question, but I didn't really think that it would be nice to read the examples on Periscope because I'd sound like a robot. I tried to read the example last week and I didn't like how it turned out. I would recommend you to go to my websites. I have here the links. So go to job.profesoraingles.com or job.oneenglishteacher.com, and there you can find more information about the course. It's really important that you subscribe, and if you subscribe, I will send you an email as soon as the course will be available. Very important because I'm going to launch it and have it available for 48 hours. I would like you to take advantage of this course and then give me some feedback, and then after some weeks and maybe some months I will launch it again for a short time. I would like to take care of my students and to give a personalized service, and that's why I don't want to grow too quickly. So let's say that I have groups. I have different groups for my students, and I want to be active and be able to answer questions and so on. So I don't want the group to grow too quickly. But again, if you need to prepare for a job interview, remember that you can contact me and we can have some Skype lessons, a video conference via Skype, and I will help you overcome that interview. I will help you get that job. So I will see you next week, and I wish that you get that job, and take care. Bye-bye.